was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
Let's go, baby. The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a give right side. Carson, room to run again. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, it's Carson, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. On second down now. It's Carson finding room to the 20, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10. Now a give right side. Carson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. From 17 yards out, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Complete to number 83. A gain of 21 yards. First down.
Carl come up here with a first and 10. And he's now 10 of 10 throwing the ball here to start the game. Carr, catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Carr now 11 for 11. Perfect in this opening half. It's first and 10. They'll run on first down. Richard. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 49 yards out. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big one.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. And that'll hit and go out of bounds, so they'll start just outside their own 40-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. On 3rd down, it's Carson. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They run for it with Carson. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. On 1st down, Carr. It's a screen to Richard. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Carr. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we'd put Baltimore #1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor? Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. Does the big boy have the juice? And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Check. Good job right there. Run left.
This is Carson. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 2nd down, it's Carson, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. The Seahawks on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Jim. 14. Shift. Let's go. Come on. One left. 95.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Check the backer. Quick that. Spot that. Check.
They'll try and run for it. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Well, time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. That's sort of a prime example, is it not, of selling out defensively on 4th and short?
It certainly is, because what you're doing defensively is saying you're going to stop them right there at the line of scrimmage or make a play on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Instead, they get just enough of a hole chopped, and you're thin on the 2nd and 3rd levels. Then you become a chaser instead of a tackler.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Carson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. There was the pressure you were talking about, force the incompletion.
And it doesn't always have to end in a sack, does it? Sometimes you can make a good play by forcing the incompletion with the pressure.
And Myers able to knock it through, and that'll move them back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. From the gun, it's Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. The end result, 21 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Richard, they find some open field here. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. His pass caught at the 4. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Shotgun now for Carr. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Curtis Riley.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Carr going to throw here. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th-quarter lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now a give, right side. Carson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's at the 30. 10. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
So now a two-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up. Go. What?
It'll be Carson. They run for it. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the two-point conversion for good measure. EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the New York Giants. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Slam. Check. Easy.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Ready. 5-9.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, kill. Hey, easy.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
You go tight. You over. You got tight right there. Here we go.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Easy, opposite. Hey, easy.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
A loss of 1. It's now third down and 6.
Check nickel. Under. Kill. Here we go. Win the rep. Let's go.
On third down, here's Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen, and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle?
Ready. Yellow lady.
That was Merlin Olsen-esque
Yeah, I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Breeze now to throw. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
Kill. Tonight.
On first down, Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area, that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Ready. Kill. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big play.
Cook's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jared Cook there to make the grab. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Makes the score Saints 7, Giants nothing.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Let's go,
The
baby.
Giants take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready?
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Jones. Another example right there. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to let this one go for Latimer. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Latimer. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try to pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. This one into the hands of Ginn out wide. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
To throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Leonard Williams picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Here's Breeze to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open. He has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Lutz good on the extra point. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From just shy of midfield, Jones. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Finds his tight end Ingram. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Jones now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. That's complete to Slayton. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
21. 27, Mike, 27. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. Check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Looking here for Smith downfield. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
It's a giant first down on a gain of 16. Now Jones. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 75 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Rosas to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Hey, easy.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Break it down, fellas. Break it down. No. Off. Check 13. Check 13. Showing it. Out. Here we go. Check 20. Ready, check.
Running with Kamara. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
52. Kill. Hey, easy.
A 10th carry for Kamara. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
That was second down run for Murray. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Check 50. 12. Here we go.
Now Breeze. Open man is Hill. He's got it. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 20-yard line.
95-56. Hey, easy. Come on, 20 seconds.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Grant Haley in on the stop.
Over. Hey, easy.
Again, it's Kamara. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up first and goal.
You ready? Kill. He's checking. Crash. Switch. Here we go.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Saints have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
61. Match box, light.
On 2nd and 9. Jones. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he's into the clear. The 40. The 30. 10. 5.
5.
A big play there on the catch and run. 81 yards. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Jones. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. 4 yards on the touchdown grab as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Kamara. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Kamara trying the right side, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense. He
was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
Hey, easy.
They're going to run it with Murray. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Throwing, Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. On 1st down, Barkley. Tackle made there by Kiko Alonso. From the 38, Jones. This is Shepard on the catch. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
1st down, Giants.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. Eli Apple, a former first-round pick of these Giants in 2016, they're on the tackle. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. On 3rd down, Barkley. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now we get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. And Rosas puts this one through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. This is caught by Ginn. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Again, it's Barkley. He's going to have the first down past the 20. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
One more extra point attempt for good measure. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. Oh, no, he lost the football. Well, we saw action to the final whistle in this one. Not only the touchdown at the end to add to their lead, then they tried to put more on top of the two-point conversion but didn't get it.
That's someone that wants to win and by as many as possible. They don't get the two-point conversion to add on top, but just the idea of going for it with that type of a lead already when they didn't need to do so, that tells you what his mentality is. He is an attack, attack, attack coach. Always attack.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. Till next time, we say so long from the Bayou.